ball. The flag stays down. Heaney! Oh!
They scored again! It's Davis again! It's job done now!
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of the Northern Ireland podcast with Adam Johnson and Andy McComb. Today we have a GAWA chant special for you where we're going to be hearing from you later on. But first of all, we're going to be talking to a man who has a very popular chant at the minute. Conor Washington.
And after that, we put out a request to you on Instagram asking you to send us your GAWA chants. So we'll be giving a couple of you a call and hearing some of the best ones, including a personal favourite of mine about Bailey Peacock Farrell. What an effort.
It was a very good one. So first of all, as I said, we're going to be heading to the guy who I think scored the opener against Estonia. I'm going to give it to him. I don't know what.
I'm more a McGuinness man for me, yeah.
So you're going McGuinness double against Estonia?
That's me off Conor Washington's Christmas card list, but yes.
Well, hopefully I'll stay on then, because I'm going to give it to this man, Conor Washington.
So, Conor, thanks for joining us on the Northern Ireland podcast. I think there's no point beating around the bush here, just 12 points out of 12. How good was that for the team?
Oh, it's perfect, yeah. Obviously from a numerical point of view and from a team point of view, we couldn't have asked for any more. We've given ourselves a great chance now, and we just need to capitalise on that come the internationals at the end of the year.
And for yourself personally, obviously coming on at half-time against Estonia, were you expecting that call-up at half-time? What was happening there in the dressing room?
Honestly, absolutely not, no. I'd spoken to the gaffer at the start of the week, and he said, listen, if you train well and look sharp, then you're in with a chance. But obviously the other lads up top had all played more football than I had over the past 6 months, and were probably more ready in that respect. But I just made sure I trained as well as I could do. I felt sharp, and I had done all season, to be honest. But like I said, I wasn't expecting to come on. But looking back now, obviously really glad I got the opportunity to.
When you're sitting there at half time and the gaffer comes up to you and says, right, Conor, we're going with you in the second half, is there any sense of nerves that you get there, or are you just ready to go?
No, just ready to go, to be honest. I wasn't actually in the dressing room. We usually does the team talk with the lads that have played, so we were just out on the pitch, just kicking the ball around, to be fair. And the fitness coach come out and said, "You're coming on, get ready." So as soon as you hear that, it's game face on, get ready to go and impact the game.
And obviously you did come on and impact the game. How much did that mean to you? Yeah,
it meant a lot to prove to myself and probably a lot of other people that I hadn't become a bad player overnight. I was sort of a victim of some tough circumstances in terms of club football. The lads up top were brilliant all year and obviously ended up getting us promoted. So a lot of that was down to my lack of game time, etc. So yeah, like I say, it was nice to come on, have a positive impact and get the start for the second game.
And obviously that goal as well. Did you get much stick from Josh about that?
I think I would have got more if he hadn't scored the second one, to be honest. I'm not sure what the ruling is on it, to be honest. I haven't had a look into it, but obviously the touch wasn't intentional, so I'll claim it all day as long as people are giving me it.
And I think at the end of the day, you put in all the hard graft anyway for the ball getting into the net. Let's be honest.
Yeah, let's be honest. I needed it as well. It's been a while.
And how does that push you? Well, obviously it's going to help you. It kind of puts you in the shop window now as well with your club and stuff. Is that something that you felt you needed to just get on the score sheet?
Yeah, definitely. Initially, obviously, get on the pitch and, like I said, let everyone know that I haven't become a bad player overnight. The player that got the move to QPR initially is still there. I feel like I've improved a lot over the past couple of years as well, without actually playing too much football, to be honest. So yeah, big time getting in the shop window, especially came at a perfect timing, really. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what comes over the summer now.
And then going back to the start of your Northern Ireland career, obviously you scored on your debut here against Slovenia, but what was that process like? When did you first make yourself available to Northern Ireland, or when did that discussion start with Michael O'Neill?
So when I moved from Newport to Peterborough, I told my agent that my grandmother on my father's side was born in Belfast, but she actually lived in York at the time. So we put all the paperwork together and got it sent over, and just let them know that I was available. And then some good performances there got me my first call up after I moved to QPR.
And you've 20 times now you've played for Northern Ireland. Has it flew in for you?
Oh, it's absolutely flown, yeah. It's crazy to think that the Euros were, what, three years ago now? Over 3 years ago? I've got some flashback memories of all the 3 years ago of the Ukraine game. It's crazy to think that was that long ago. It's probably the highlight of my football career, to be honest, being involved in that game. So I'm so appreciative to have played in the squad over the last 3 years. I'm looking forward to the next chapter of the adventure, really.
And obviously you came in at that time as well during the Euros. That must have been some introduction to international football.
Yeah, big time. So I think we had a couple of, obviously the Wales and Slovenia game. I remember speaking to my family and my agent. I just said that I just need to go over there wherever we're playing, however many minutes I get, and especially the day's training initially, just go over there and make as much of an impact as possible. So I managed to do that, and obviously the Slovenia goal and that performance probably ended up putting me on the plane, to be honest.
And obviously three of your 4 goals for Northern Ireland have all came in Belfast. Is it a special feeling scoring in Belfast in front of the Northern Ireland fans?
Oh, definitely. I remember saying even initially when the stand wasn't built, it was just the 3 sides, but it was one of the best atmospheres I've ever played in, which is some statement, really. And then now it is built and obviously scoring, and I actually genuinely thought it held about 40,000 people initially. Didn't realise it was only about 20, so I think that goes some way to showing sort of what the atmosphere is like and how much I enjoyed it.
And obviously now we're going to be getting into the tough end of the qualifying group with Germany and Holland. Do you feel like the games and the performances against Estonia and Belarus set us up perfectly for those 2 games in terms of confidence, even at least?
I think so. I think we can take a lot of confidence from the last sort of 5-6 games, to be honest. Even though the Nations League didn't go as planned, the games I wasn't involved in, obviously I watched at home and sort of blown away by how well we played. I think the best example of that was the Bosnia game at home, where I think we ended up. Did we win that game? Bosnia at home?
Bosnia we lost.
I think we did, yeah.
2-1 was it? 2-1.
But we absolutely played them off the park. I mean, I think we had the most possession we've ever had, and that's a real testament to the gaffer and the staff, and obviously the players as well, that we've been able to evolve as a team. And I think we've got every chance to get something out of the 4 sort of cup finals we've got to play.
And obviously, top of the group now, but the biggest games are still yet to come. Do you think that the likes of Germany and the Netherlands will potentially underestimate Northern Ireland, even though we are top of the group?
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I'd imagine they would. Obviously, they've still got to play each other, and also Estonia and Belarus home and away as well. So there's no easy games in international football, and everyone's a potential banana skin, especially for the big teams like that, because like you say, there's always the possibility that maybe they underestimate the opponent or just have an off night, and obviously we've got to bank on that.
And the thing I've been thinking about is the pressure on us or is it off us now that we're top of the group with 12 points? Is the pressure off in the sense that whatever results we get is going to be good, but is the pressure on now knowing that the potential of making Euro 2020 is plausible, is in front of us?
I think it's definitely a positive type of pressure in that respect. Looking at it, thinking that we're in the driving seat, and we can sort of see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because if we were sitting here on 6, 7, 8, 9 points or whatever, then obviously we wouldn't have this pressure, and we'd be really disappointed. But we put ourselves in a great position, and they've got to come and beat us, and and also get a result at their place as well. So I think it's a really positive situation to be in, and I think it was just really motivating for us, to be honest, rather than any sort of negative pressure.
And I think I remember back to that Germany game at home. Obviously, Josh scored for us, but I particularly remember you really running yourself into the ground, and I think you had a big chance. Did you hit the crossbar against Germany?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you maybe have a bit of unfinished business with them now?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've had some. Obviously, I think we've played them 3 times since I've been in the squad, and they've all been relatively tight games in terms of score, and obviously they dominate the ball and etc. And we had obviously Mickey McGovern had an absolute barnstormer in the Euros, but I mean, we're always in the game. There's like you say, Josh gets the goal. If mine goes in, it's a much tougher sort of last 5-10 minutes for them, and you never know what can happen in football. So, and I think the way we've evolved as a team, and the squad's probably a lot better now than the squad I came into, which is crazy to think about, really, bearing in mind the pool of players that Mike has to choose from. But yeah, like you say, there's definitely a feeling of unfinished business there, and there's also a real positive thought that we can get a result.
So what you're saying, Conor, is then basically that you think that Germany are due an absolute spanking from Northern Ireland?
100%, yeah. We'll go 90% possession Germany, 17 shots, all on target, and then we'll have 3 and win 3-0.
Washington had it.
Done, yeah, in the last 10 minutes.
And I guess from me it would be, for yourself, has these 2 away games helped yourself in terms of international wise, in terms of obviously you're looking for a club personally, but when it comes to playing for Northern Ireland, that you have that chance now being back in Michael O'Neill's mind, is that something that those 2 away games have done for you in terms of confidence for Northern Ireland?
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to think so, especially putting myself in the gaffer's plans. Obviously it's hard to play a player that's not playing for their club, because you don't know what sort of shape they're going to be in, or if they're fit, or if they're sharp, or if they're sort of wallowing in self-pity or anything like that. So I've always respected Michael's decisions not to play me, because obviously he would struggle to play me in that instance. So it was just great for him to give me the opportunity, and obviously put that trust in me again. Because if I'm honest, you can't think of too many games where I've come off the pitch thinking, I've had a terrible game for Northern Ireland. It seems to suit me, the international scene. I always seem to get chances. I mean, I come on, I think it was the Israel game. I came on and had like 3 chances in the last 4 or 5 minutes. So I really enjoy playing with the team and playing for the manager. So, like you say, hopefully he can put that trust in me going forward now.
And then finally, Conor, obviously you being back into the team, a big bonus of that is the goals that you bring, but another huge bonus is the fact that we have that Conor Washington chant back in the stands now. I've wrote the lyrics down here. Just bear with me. I'll read them out here. Do Conor Washington. How good is it hearing that in the crowd?
Oh, you can't beat it. Yeah, it's to be fair, I don't have a great name for chants. I've never really had many. I definitely didn't have any QPR, that's for sure. I'm not sure if that was down to my name or not. It doesn't often fit into many songs, so when I heard that one, yeah, I was obviously delighted. It's nice to hear it get sung.
Do you sing that one around the house, maybe?
You can't help it, yeah.
doing the dishes, maybe in the shower. Thanks very much, Conor, for chatting to us. It's been great, and we'll hope to hear that song for years to come now.
Hopefully. Cheers, Jen.
Alright, mate.
Cheers,
Thanks
mate.
very much. Have a good. Bye-bye.
So it was great to hear from Conor Washington there, and now we're going to head to
The GAWA Zone. Okay, so off the back of that fantastic insight from Conor Washington on his own chant, we thought, why not speak to the GAWA and ask them, is there any chance that you've maybe had in your head for a while and you feel it should be sung at Northern Ireland games? So we've put it out there for anyone to submit theirs in, and we have got a decent response. Firstly, we're going to hear from GAWA Mad, it says here. Stuart Gardner, so let's give him a wee ring. Hello, is that Stu?
That's me, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks for joining us today on the Northern Ireland podcast. You're speaking to Andy and Adam's here as well.
You alright?
Alright, hello.
Okay. So, well, start us off. What is your first? What's your favourite Northern Ireland chant that's out there at the minute?
It's probably between Everywhere We Go and We're Not Brazil, We're Northern Ireland, probably.
Classics.
Yeah, you've gone for the hits there rather than the newbies.
And you think that this new chant that you've concocted is worthy then of the Green and White Army singing at our next home game?
Well, I don't know, it might be, I don't know. I don't ever want to see what they think.
Right, well, sure, without any further ado, take it away.
To Estonia and Belarus, then I'm home to Germany. And now we're off to Rotterdam. Northern Ireland's gonna score 3. Jones, McGinn, Washington, maybe even Lafferty. 'Cause we're the mighty GAWA, we're going to Wembley. That's about it. Like, it might need a few tweaks there.
Fair play.
Within about 15 minutes.
And what was the inspiration behind that one?
One day it just came to me, the first thing. It just came to me.
It's a solid effort, absolutely.
I'm liking the length of it and the words and the wordsmith that's gone into it rather than just one player in a song. You've properly turned a song into a chant there. I'm always a fan of that when true effort has gone into it.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like is it's a Liverpool song, but that's about it.
It's all right.
Right, so is it back to work now then, Stu? Is it?
Not work yet, no. A wee bit more relaxation time and then work at 9 o'clock tonight.
Well, plenty more time to make up some more chants then, that's all right.
Yeah. Are you on holiday, are you?
No, I'm working in Seville here at the minute.
It's all right.
Night shift,
Okay.
so.
All right. Okay. By the pool, are we?
I'm out for a wee down there just at the minute, but I think I'll maybe go back to the pool for a while.
The life of it, the life of these GAWA chanters, huh? Well, thanks very much for joining us, Stu, and
Right.
we'll catch
Cheers,
up with
thank
you
you.
again later.
Right, cheers.
See you later.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
So anyway, whenever I was in Estonia there, not so long ago obviously, for the away game, a fan came up to me and said, "Here, I have got a chant for Aaron Hughes."
Right. But you kind of ran out of time there, but okay.
Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, you've only had a couple of years, mate. The chant that I said here." I was like, "Right, go on, give it to me." And he said, "All right, here we go." Hughesy. And I was slightly stunned, taking it back, and I was like, "It's only one word, mate. You know what I mean? You're just saying it over and over again." And he's like, "Well, sure, that's what they do at Ulster, isn't it? They just go Ulster." And I was like, "Do you know what? You've got me. To be fair."
He's kind of stumped you there,
He's
yeah.
got me. And so at the next game, if you just hear in the background someone going, "Easy," it will be him, accompanied by myself as well.
I mean, that's one that definitely could catch on, but how do you choreograph that chant starting? You'd need to probably do it about 5 or 6 times before people realise what you're doing. Was there anyone else that would work with now? I'm trying to think here in my head.
Billy Peacock. No.
You just think of going through the starting 11 and just...
Yeah, I started at number 1 and I failed.
Let's just go, Jamal. It kind of ends on a bit of a low, really.
He deserves one, but
He does deserve one.
it's just, I can't see it happening unless someone really pulls one out of the bag for him, like. But moving on. Okay, so we're joined here on the Northern Ireland podcast by Angus Henry. Are you doing all right, Angus?
Yep, doing fine, mate.
Brilliant. So
On the way to here for the races.
brilliant. So we were passed on a song that you did. Were you over in Belarus whenever you sung it?
I was. I made it up on the way back on the coach on the way back from the match.
Brilliant.
Absolutely, obviously over the moon because we got our 2 wins.
Absolutely. Are you in a place now where you'd be happy enough to give us a wee verse of it?
I'm on a boat, but I'll try my best.
You're on a boat. Are there people around you, or are you by yourself?
No, there's people around, but I'm not worried about that. There's only 2 people.
That's
I'm out on the deck, actually. So.
Oh, brilliant! Proper Titanic style. This is great. Right, so whenever you're ready, Angus, take it away.
Right. We went to Estonia, we had them on the run. We got goals from Josh McGuinness and Conor Washington. We went to Belarus, they were better to be fair, but they hadn't reckoned on Paddy McNair. Yippee-yi, yippee-yi, oh, 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 GAWA, here we go.
That is fantastic.
That was good.
Absolutely brilliant. Are you getting any looks where you are on the boat there, Angus?
They're looking at me as if like I'm not wise.
If we don't hear that at the next game, we will be absolutely gutted. So
Is it going to be updated after every game? I think that's more it's going to have to be updated as the qualifiers go on. So then we end up with a whole Euro 2020 qualifying song, is what I'm thinking.
That's absolutely no problem at all. I just made it up on the bus on the way back to the last Belarus match even, and the boys wanted me to. They were doing a happy sing song. They wanted me to sing it again later, and then I sung it in the bar. So that's how that all started. So whether we'll be singing exactly the same words or not is another thing, but more or less.
well, thanks very much for chatting to us anyway, Angus. You've been a great sport,
Right.
and enjoy the races when
No
you're
problem.
there. Cheers, mate. Have a good one.
Go to the race tomorrow. So,
Thank you.
okay.
Brilliant.
Right, cheers. Right on it.
Bye.
See you
Cheers.
later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, I must say that was a fantastic effort from Big Angus there.
He gave it the big un, didn't he? He really got into that.
I like the end bit. The verses weren't even. He didn't even end there. The yippee-yi-o, the yippee-yi-a's, and then throwing the GAWA into the end of it.
He gave it a bit of a singer's pronunciation at the end. Like, yippee-yi-o. Gave it one of those.
If I was Simon Cowell right now and he's standing in the X Factor, I'd be saying, Angus, I don't like it. I love it.
Yeah, you need the Westlife music in between the two bits there, like it to love it. And
amazing.
Then you raise me up, and then he.
Absolutely amazing.
Fair play.
Fair play, Angus.
Fair play.
Moving on.
Right, so we've heard from Stu and Angus there with their chants.
Stew and Angus sounds delicious.
Right, anyway, so some of you have sent in your song suggestions off Instagram, and we asked you to send them in, and we have got some absolute clinkers in here. Some of them, though, maybe not so good, but we're going to start with Zach Kid 52, who has just replied with "Come on, Cathcart, come on, Cathcart." So I assume that's more of a "Come on, Cathcart, come on, Cathcart."
It's certainly more creative, shall we say, than Jack Stewart, who has replied simply with Kyle Lafferty.
I wonder what the tune for that one.
I have no idea.
We'll have to think about that one. But yeah, we've also got some other very good suggestions. So we're going to start with, let me see if I can find it here, Lee Marshall 6 on Instagram. So shout out to Lee Marshall. He has gone for the Ale 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 tune, which is obviously very famous, I imagine. Lots of people know this one, so I'm going to try and sing this.
Brilliant.
And what I may need from you, Andy, is maybe like a clapping tune, just to keep me.
Right, okay, right.
So, like, Ale, 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 yeah, there we go, hang on.
There we go. Right.
Everywhere we follow, the boys in green and white, Jones and Peacock Farrell, the future's more than bright. He took us to the Euros in 2016. With Michael as our leader, we'll always dare to dream. Ale, 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 yep.
So that was beautiful.
That was good, wasn't
We
it?
need to get an X Factor buzzer over the top of the end of that one, I think. It was a good effort though.
A golden buzzer? Or?
A golden buzzer, yeah.
But no, I thought that was very good. I'm liking the length of the chants. I've said that about other ones.
Bit of effort went into that, to be fair. He wrote that down. There's a few versions of that out there, I would say, somewhere.
What was quite good is that on the messages he started with 1 and 3, and it quickly changed to 2 and 4. He knew the song was going to be longer straight away.
He's like, no, this is bigger than me now.
This is taking on a world of its own.
I have possibly my favourite chant that we've had today. There's been a few good ones so far that we've heard, but this is potentially my favourite just because it's ridiculous. And it's from Cameron Bingham 28 on Instagram, and he said, I don't know the tune, but so I'm going to just wing it here. Billy Peacock Farrow, he's got no song because his name's too long. Billy Peacock Farrow. Which I have a lot of time for.
I think that's one that definitely could actually start as a chant.
Brilliant.
So yeah, Bailey Peacock Farrell, he's got no song because his name's too long. Bailey Peacock Farrell. But I can actually see that one catching on, I reckon. Right, that's the end of another Northern Ireland podcast. Some great tunes in there that we hope to hear in the COP, and I'm not going to be able to get some of those songs out of my head, including that one about Bailey Peacock Farrell.
Lucky you. And if you want to get involved next time and send us some of your GAWA chants, make sure you're following us on Instagram at Northern Ireland, and we could be calling you next time. And
you can watch all of our podcasts back on our YouTube channel and on irishfa.com. Remember as well, on Facebook and Twitter, there'll be clips of the best bits from the podcast. But to remember, wherever you're listening from, Green Wyoming!
Armstrong! Northern Ireland has scored through Jerry Armstrong.
It's a good ball. The flag stays down. Heaney! Oh!
They scored again! It's Davis again! It's job done now.